You looking for something?
Oh, you scared me. Why aren't you asleep?
Well, the same reason you're not, I suppose.
I guess you heard about the boy.
I did. You know, word travels fast in this town. How long has he been out there?
6 years.
6 years? Nobody can survive in that forest for 6 years. At least not alone.
Well, he says he wasn't alone.
He drew this?
He says it's his friend from the forest. And it reminded me of...
I know what it reminded you of. That one?
How old was I when you drew this for me?
Pete really feels like it's his responsibility to take care of Elliot. That he's almost like a parent to Elliot, and that he's got to be there for him, and then Elliot, of course, is there for Pete in every sense of the word. So they create this kind of life together, and there's this extraordinary tree fort that they build together, and Pete grows, and you see him becoming more and more feral, and he's got kind of wild long hair, and out of his backpack he's created a belt, and he's got, he sort of looks like this like little Tarzan child. She learns of his kind of tragic beginnings, and learns of a character named Elliot, who is his best friend, and he draws a picture of Elliot, and it's a dragon, and that dragon looks alarmingly similar to a dragon that her father has drawn, that she never believed. And so that's when, in the story, things start to become a little spooky as the pieces come together, and Grace starts to think, is there a dragon in this forest? I mean, how is any of this possible if there isn't a dragon? Because none of this is possible if there isn't a dragon, and yet it's not possible that there's a dragon in this forest. So that's kind of the dilemma for Grace.
Bryce, explosive personality, a lot of joy in her, that sometimes would just explode. I mean, it was legit. It was just, she's really a very loving, outgoing, smart person with a kind of her personality has a bright light in it. That's the best way I can explain it. I loved working with her because she's professional. It's always great when you're working with another actor that's professionally minded, and where craft is important. That's a very attractive thing to work with. She has that. But basically her joy and enthusiasm are the qualities that stood out the most for me. Very easy to work with. Meacham was a wood carver, and he loved his work. He carved, and he carved really well, and he sold his work. That's why he was a part of the community. But because he was an older person who had these fantasies other people thought, these fantasies that kept coming up with him, one of them being he had seen this dragon in the forest years and years ago. And of course that was just too outlandish for people to accept. So he was considered kind of eccentric. Not a bad, mean person, but just eccentric, and somebody just on the outside of things.
Hi, Vale here. Just like you, I'm a big animated movie fan, and I've got some interesting facts for you. First up, did you know that although the Looney Tunes and Disney cartoons were competing properties, Mel Blanc, the man behind Bugs Bunny, among others, appeared in 2 Disney films? Yep. Moving on to the movie Up, where the character of Charles Moons is named after Charles Mintz, the Universal Pictures executive who in 1928 stole Walt Disney's production rights to his highly successful Oswald the Lucky Rabbit cartoon series. My favorite animated movie is The Sword in the Stone, as I love all things magical and the humor in it makes me laugh. What's yours? Let me know in the comments below, and remember to subscribe to our channel for all the best animated movie releases.